Hello. It is time for an update of what our plan is, an update of, what we've been up to, all that kind of thing. Tammy's going to be joining us momentarily, but I just wanted to tell you this is going to be a very simple video. There's not going to be any of this fancy editing, none of this boom, zap, pow kind of stuff. There's not going to be any kind of music, I don't think, so definitely nothing like this. Yeah, we're just going to be keeping it very, very simple. Tamby?
Yes?
I think you might want to put on a little more clothes. It's 40 degrees outside. I mean, I know you missed the Bahamas, but...
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Sorry about that. Just one moment. Okay, so... let's see. Honestly, I've been really dreading this video. And, you're going to understand why here in just a minute. But just be sure you watch the whole video, because I think everything's going to make sense once we kind of get all the details out to you. The big news is that we actually bought an RV. Yes, that is the big news. That is the reason I've been dreading making this video. And I feel like our collective audience, I just heard like this massive gasp and everybody's jaws just dropped. So yes, we bought an RV. The RV is actually sitting just over there outside of the camera angle. And I don't want to show you the RV just yet. We'll give you a tour and all that kind of thing. But it's over there and it's real and this is happening. And by the way, you should know that my feelings on this is I'm kind of reluctant, honestly. Where Tamby is kind of super excited.
I'm so excited. And we lovingly refer to the new RV as Bert. The big ugly rolling turd.
That's B-U-R-T, big ugly rolling turd. That's paying homage to what's his name, Robin Williams in that movie RV. He called it the big rolling turd, and yeah, so we're calling it Bert, B-U-R-T, big ugly rolling turd. Yep. Okay, we want to talk about why the heck we have an RV. Well, Tamby, as long as I've ever known her, has been talking about doing road trips. And we just really haven't. We've taken a few small little trips here and there, but we've never done anything big. And in fact, I've never been out west to really see anything. So, I mean,
neither of us have.
Yeah, no, we're really not very well-traveled people outside of, the cruising we've done along the East Coast and over to the Bahamas. So yeah, this is something Tamby's always wanted to do. And part of it too is, Tamby has been very, very good about kind of supporting the whole sailing thing, which was my idea ultimately. And she likes it. She does like it a lot. There are some big struggles for sure as far as, excuse me. There are some big things that she struggles with, like seasickness. And there's a lot of bad things that comes along with, boat travel. It's hard in a lot of ways. But she kind of puts up with it because she loves being in the Bahamas. She loves the beaches, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I really do enjoy sailing, and I love being on the boat as much as some of our videos might make me look like I'm not having a good time. I really am. That's just my personality.
Uh-huh.
But I've always wanted to see the United States, and I've always wanted to just drive out west and see the Grand Canyon and redwood trees and just huge mountains and deserts and just all of these things that are right here in our backyard that we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if it were totally up to me, I would have sold Sandfleet and then the next day started looking for the next bigger and better boat. But as a family unit, we have to take everybody's considerations and feelings and wants and dreams and all this stuff into into consideration. And since it's something Tammy's been wanting to do so long, the time to do it is before we get the next bigger boat. Our budget can't support having a big boat and an RV, so we really have to do one or the other. So that's kind of part of the reason behind it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the RV actually does serve a very specific purpose in helping us find the next boat. And that purpose is helping us look for a boat in Canada. The next boat we'd like to buy in Canada, but then there's a few main reasons for that. One is that they're all freshwater boats in Canada. Two is the boats are typically hauled out of the water 6 months a year because of the freezing temperatures. So the boats receive basically a lot less use in Canada. And probably the biggest reason concerning us and our budget is that the exchange rate between the Canadian dollar and the US dollar, there's a difference of about 30% in favor of the US dollar. So that means basically it's almost like getting a 30% discount when you take, US dollars, and you're shopping for something in Canada. So knowing those big three reasons, we thought the RV would be helpful for basically, taking it up to Canada. And that's just going to be kind of our base, while we're going around looking at Canadian boats. So that's kind of where the whole RV idea actually came from. It was around the thought of the next boat. However, that idea kind of grew.
Evolved.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little detour.
Yep. And we're going to be actually taking this thing around, and we're basically going to be heading west from Georgia, and seeing a lot of the tourist places, and basically just doing the RV thing for a little while, and then eventually circle back up through Canada, where we will, officially begin the boat search.
Plus, we need to let Canada thaw a little bit before we can.
Let it thaw out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we can make our way up there to do some boat searching.
We want to be in Canada in warmer months for sure. We don't want to be sailboat shopping in freezing temperatures. So that's that's how the RV is basically. Its purpose actually is in line with our goal to get a bigger boat. All right, so real quick, even though the actual boat search is a little ways out, we want to talk about what we want the next boat to be. And this is basically the gist. It's going to be a monohull, almost, 100% positive it's going to be a monohull. That's simply because there's so many more opportunities in the monohull market than the catamaran market. We wouldn't be opposed to a catamaran necessarily, but for us to have the most opportunity to get a really good deal, and everything to fit our budget, monohull is going to be what we're looking for. Something in about the 40-foot range, most likely. And we're thinking a center cockpit is going to be a good setup. That way we have, a cabin in the front, a cabin in the back, and we basically got our own, separated spaces, which is something we just did not have in Sandfleet, right? Yeah. I will continue. The other thing we want to say is, we already have a lot of people just, they're already on the lookout for us, trying to find the next boat for us, and we appreciate that. But right now it's just, we're not, even if we find something that's really great at the moment, we're not going to go after it. We're just going to kind of focus on this stage so we can enjoy doing this land travel thing, and Tambi can kind of, get her fill of that. And then once we're kind of past that stage, then we'll let you guys know, because at that point when we're actually boat shopping, we can use all the help we can get trying to track down the next boat. But for now, don't go crazy looking for the next boat for us. Right? Anything else you want to say? No? Okay.
You covered it.
All right, moving on. Okay, so next on the list is the timeline of our trip. I've already kind of said a little bit about it. I mean, we want to be in Canada during we want to be in Canada during the warmer months. So that means basically doing this RV thing, in the winter and spring, and then heading north up to Canada probably in the summer. So that's kind of the timeline we're thinking, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that means really blasting through a lot of this land travel RV stuff, but I think we can see a lot in a little bit of time in the RV. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to kind of pace yourself a lot more in a sailboat, and weather is, always really the main deciding factor. But in an RV, I don't know, we ought to be able to just power through and see a lot of stuff quick, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about that?
About our timeline?
Uh-huh.
So, no, I mean, we really don't have a plan. It's just...
Yeah, like the route is basically heading west while it's cold, heading north when it starts to warm up.
With Arizona, like Grand Canyon and a lot
like
of...
That's a lot of the
things in Arizona are really on the top of our list. So, we'll head that way and see what we want to there, and then we want to see, some California things, redwood trees.
Redwood trees. Mm-hmm.
We want to see Oregon and, maybe Washington. Well, I don't know. Obviously we're not going to get to see everything on my list because I have a giant list, but
it's kind of ridiculous.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's a wish list and a bucket list of things that I would like to eventually see one day. And so we're just going to mark some of the things off the list, and we really don't have a plan right now. So
I don't know if I said it previously or not, but see, I kind of feel like even though I would really rather be sailing, I feel like I kind of owe it to Tambi, to kind of go after this RV thing for her. In order for me to reasonably expect her to be fully on board for the next boat adventure, this is kind of a necessary step, I feel like, right?
Yes, and I appreciate it very much.
Because it's my hope that after we do this RV thing, I think she's gonna really appreciate and miss boat life, I think. And I think even for me, I think it's gonna help me even really appreciate it that much more too. So it's a good thing. It's, even though it's kind of outside of our our typical style of travel, for sure, I think it's overall going to be a really good thing, and really good for Molly too. We're going to get her thoughts on all this stuff here at the end, but I think it's all good.
Yeah, and I already miss boat life. I mean, it's February and we have a lot of friends in the Bahamas right now, and I'm just looking at their pictures and seeing everything they're doing, and I'm like, I miss it so much.
Yeah,
so
very jealous.
I already miss it, so it's definitely not something that we are just stopping.
No.
No. We will always go back to it.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, we've done the boat thing, now we're gonna stay on land forever. It's definitely not that.
No, we're just shaking it up here for a bit, and then we are gonna get back into it for sure. Yep. So I think that kind of sums that up. One other kind of benefit, I think, to doing this land travel thing is we hope that since we're going to be land-based here for a while, it's going to give us more opportunities to meet up with our fans. We're going to be covering like a large portion of the United States, and we're going to be keeping kind of real-time updates as far as where we're at and where we're going on our Facebook page. And if any of you guys are kind of along the way somewhere, man, let us know. Heck, you can, if you got a tent, you can come camping with us, basically. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good opportunity for meeting up with fans. It's kind of tricky to meet up with fans when you're traveling by sailboat. It's just the whole logistics of it. It's much more difficult. So hopefully we can see more of you guys as a result of this RV thing.
We would very much enjoy that. And also, if you live on a lake and you have a sailboat, let's go sailing.
Yeah, seriously.
That would be awesome.
We would love to do, even though we're traveling in an RV, we would like to kind of keep this, sailing related as much as we can. If you got a boat, man, we'd love to go sailing with you. Or, hopefully we might be able to even go to some boat shows along the way. I don't know. If the timing's right and we're somewhere around some big boat shows or sailing events or races or whatever, anything boat related, we still want to kind of stay involved in that whole lifestyle, even though we're going to be driving the big ugly turd around. Okay, let's see. The last card we have here is referring to our YouTube channel. We realize that the idea of us going RVing on a YouTube channel named Sailboat Story is very contradictory. And there's a chance we may change the channel name. It did not take us many videos into the channel building process to realize that we did kind of box ourselves in with the Sailboat Story name. As much as we love sailing and cruising and traveling, by water, there have been quite a few other times where we've been doing interesting things that we wanted to share with you, but we didn't really feel like it was the place to do so because the channel is so, laser focused around sailing. So a name change may be in order. We haven't decided yet. It's definitely not something that we really prefer to do, but it may end up being, a move we need to make just to make, everything make sense for the channel from, this point forward. So we'll see. Let us know your thoughts on that. Part of me was just like, we'll just keep the name Sailboat Story and then just do all this RV thing and then get back into sailing. But again, going back to being able to have, greater flexibility as far as the videos we create, maybe it's a good move for the long term to go ahead and do a channel name change, even though it's kind of scary and uncomfortable. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think, Tabby?
I think it is scary and uncomfortable, and like Sailboat Story, everyone knows us by that. We have t-shirts and stickers and everything out there with that, but also it opens us up for more travel and more adventure, even in the future, again, past the RV and our next sailboat. It opens us up to, if we want to fly over to Ireland or Germany or somewhere else, it gives us the option to also share that with you, where we feel like if it were Sailboat Story, we can't share that with you because it would just be confusing.
Yeah, and we have a lot of interests and other things that we're involved in. I mean, I've done and we've done motorcycle riding and rock climbing, and we talk about like tiny homes and off-grid houses,
scuba
diving. I don't know. I mean, we're into actually a kind of a broad spectrum of interesting activities, and I don't know. I feel like I've missed some opportunities to make some really cool videos just because it wasn't sailing related. So I don't know. We'll see. We're still really on the fence about this whole name changes. Maybe you can pick up on it in this, but
we want your opinion. We want to know what you think about that too, and we need your help.
Yep. Let us know. If we were to make a name change, we would probably do something really just kind of general, like I don't want to start putting ideas out there to you. We have some ideas, but it's not a matter of which one's better. It's I don't know. It's really just should we do it or not, really, right now. But yeah, we'll see about that. But anyways, just letting you know. And by the way, you can change the channel name on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Like all of these platforms actually do have the option to easily change, the channel name. So. Yeah, it's something that happens, even though it really doesn't happen all that often. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Just letting you know, scary stuff. And presenting Molly. Have you ever had an official drum roll entrance before?
No.
Do you like that?
No.
Could that become kind of usual?
No.
Too much.
Too much.
All right, well, there she is, folks. And by the way, it has been about 6 months since we've filmed. If she looks any taller or more grown up or anything like that, yes. She's changing rapidly. Thus, our motivation for getting this adventure on the go. We're actually going to be leaving in 3 days?
3 days.
Yeah, so we're hitting the road in 3 days, so we're just about ready to go. But anyways, Molly, what do you think about this whole RV thing?
I'm excited.
Yeah, what else?
And I want
Tell the folks. Tell the people there, Molly.
What?
We just want to get your thoughts
What
on
are
the
you
RV
excited
thing.
for? Are you
I'm
excited?
excited to explore more new things.
Yeah. Have you ever been out west before? Have you ever seen the Grand Canyon? Do you know what the Grand Canyon is?
Nope.
It's this big hole in the ground that people make this really big deal about, apparently. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Listen, let me just tell you people, I'm going to be very, what is the word? Comically reluctant about this whole thing. I'm happy to do this whole thing for my girls, but trust me, I'm going to be using every opportunity to get these little stabs in about how silly this whole thing is.
For the last 6 months.
Yeah, it's going to be good, though. Tampy knows I'm joking.
I do.
So, Molly, what have you been up to last 6 months?
I've been getting ready for the RV.
Mm-hmm. Visiting family?
Yeah, visiting family.
Friends?
Watching TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of TV. That's going to be ending here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, after this RV thing, what's your thoughts about the next boat? I mean, are you looking forward to having a cabin of your own?
Yeah.
With a door that closes?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else about life in general? Do you know any jokes?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think you know one in particular. Come on, tell them.
Which one?
The joke is, what do you call a fish with no eyes? What do you call it? What is it? You call it a fish. Sorry, people. This is what you got to deal with. All right. We're gonna
I
cut.
love corny jokes.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna cut this off here before it gets any worse. All right. Yeah. But thanks for watching the video. You know, hopefully everybody's gonna stick around through this whole kind of RV thing. It feels weird to me to even say that we're doing this RV thing, but I think I'll come around because I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, but it's all gonna be good, right? Right, Molly?
Yeah.
Tell me it's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
So stick around. That's what's next. Things are going to get, we're going to be doing some different stuff, but it's going to be fun. It's still us. It's still going to be the same style and everything. It's just going to be happening in a big, ugly, rolling turd, not a big, beautiful, sleek, graceful sailboat. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Stay tuned.